Most of us want to improve our lives, earn more, feel happier, have better relationships, and live with more purpose. But too often, we get stuck. We procrastinate, we doubt ourselves, and we settle for less than we truly want. Jen Sincero knows this feeling well. Before becoming a best-selling author and success coach, she spent years broke, confused, and full of self-doubt. Her 2013 book, You Are a Badass: How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life, is both a personal story and a guidebook. What makes it stand out is her voice, blunt, funny, and encouraging. She mixes spiritual wisdom, practical strategies, and tough love to help readers build confidence and go after what they want. Welcome to 10-Minute Books, the channel where we break down the world's most powerful books into practical lessons you can absorb in just 10 minutes. Today, we're exploring You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, a book about overcoming self-doubt, shifting your mindset, and creating a life you truly love. The core idea: change your mindset, change your life. Sincero's central message is that your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly focus on fear, scarcity, or negativity, your life will reflect that. But if you cultivate self-belief, gratitude, and intentionality, you'll start attracting better opportunities. This isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about changing the way you think so you can take bolder action and live more authentically. Self-awareness comes first. The first step to becoming a badass is awareness. Too many people live on autopilot, repeating the same routines, listening to the same inner critic, and wondering why nothing changes. Sincero urges readers to pay attention to their thoughts and habits. What beliefs are holding you back? What stories do you tell yourself about who you are and what you deserve? Until you notice these patterns, you can't change them. The inner critic. We all have an inner critic, that voice that says we're not smart enough, talented enough, or worthy of success. Sincero points out that this voice is often based on old conditioning, things we learned from family, culture, or past experiences. The key is to stop identifying with this voice. You are not your limiting beliefs. Once you see them for what they are, outdated and unhelpful, you can replace them with new beliefs that empower you. The role of energy. Sincero emphasizes the power of energy and vibration. She draws from the law of attraction, the idea that like attracts like. When you project confidence, positivity, and gratitude, you invite more of the same into your life. Skeptics may dismiss this as woo-woo, but even from a psychological standpoint, it works. When you think positively, you notice opportunities, you take more risks, and you connect better with people, all of which create real results. Visualization and affirmations. One of her practical tools is visualization. Imagine vividly what you want, whether it's a career, relationship, or lifestyle. By rehearsing success in your mind, you prime yourself to pursue it in reality. She also encourages affirmations, short, positive statements repeated daily, saying things like, "I am worthy," or "I am capable." May feel silly at first, but over time, they reshape your beliefs. Take action. Positive thinking alone isn't enough. Sincero insists you must back it up with action. Too many people wait for the perfect time or let fear stop them, but confidence is built by doing, not by waiting. She advises starting small, if necessary, one phone call, one step forward, but starting now. Action builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Surround yourself with the right people. Who you spend time with shapes your mindset. If you're surrounded by negative, fearful, or complacent people, you'll absorb that energy. But if you surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and support you, you'll rise to their level. Sincero recommends curating your environment, your friends, mentors, even the media you consume, so it aligns with the life you want. The power of gratitude. Gratitude is another recurring theme. Instead of obsessing over what's missing, Sincero suggests focusing daily on what you already have. Gratitude shifts your energy, lowers stress, and makes it easier to take bold actions. By appreciating the present, you create space for more abundance in the future. Money mindset. One of the standout sections in the book is about money. Sincero challenges the idea that wanting money is greedy or shallow. She argues that money is simply a tool. It amplifies who you are and allows you to create more of what you want. She encourages readers to heal their relationship with money, stop feeling guilty about wanting wealth, and start seeing it as a resource to fuel freedom and contribution. Fear is not the enemy. Fear will always be there when you chase something new. The trick isn't to wait for fear to disappear, but to move forward anyway. Sincero explains that fear often disguises itself as logic or practicality. People say things like, "It's not realistic," or "I'm not ready yet." But beneath those excuses is usually fear of failure, rejection, or judgment. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite fear. Self-love and forgiveness. At the core of becoming a badass is learning to love yourself, not in a narcissistic way, but in a compassionate way. Too many people are harder on themselves than they would ever be on others. Sincero emphasizes forgiving yourself for past mistakes and letting go of shame. Growth doesn't come from beating yourself up, but from supporting yourself like a trusted ally. Case studies and stories. Throughout the book, Sincero shares her own journey from struggling as a writer and musician, living in a garage, to becoming a successful coach and author. She also includes stories of clients who transformed their lives by shifting mindset, taking risks, and refusing to settle. These stories make the lessons feel relatable and achievable. Criticism and balance. Some critics say the book leans too much on law of attraction thinking or oversimplifies complex struggles. But even skeptics admit that Sincero's mix of humor, blunt honesty, and practical exercises makes the book motivating and accessible. The key is balance. Mindset shifts are powerful, but they work best when combined with consistent action. Modern relevance. In a world where self-doubt, comparison, and imposter syndrome are rampant, "You are a badass" feels especially relevant. Social media constantly pressures people to measure up, while economic uncertainty makes people hesitant to take risks. Sincero's reminder that you already have the power to create change and that fear will always be part of the process is a message many people need today. The big takeaway: "You are a badass" teaches that becoming your best self isn't about waiting for confidence, luck, or the perfect time. It's about changing your thoughts, taking bold action, and aligning with what you truly want. The question is, are you letting fear and self-doubt control your life? Or are you ready to embrace your inner badass? That was You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, broken down in under 20 minutes. Which idea resonates most with you? Visualization, the money mindset, or the courage to act despite fear? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Stop waiting, start living. You are and always have been a badass.